Hello, dear traveler. No one makes you feel anyhow or anything. This is one of the biggest trap I still keep on falling into, and I guess that's what I'm going to talk about today. I have listened to a song from Madonna called Get Together, and she sings there like, do you believe I can make you feel better? And when I heard it, I was like, no, you can't. It's I, based on your, behavior or whatever, decide how I want to react to it. And if I want to make myself better, I'll make myself better. If I don't want to be or feel better, there's no, you can break this world and I will still feel shit. You can bring me a blue from the heavens and I'll still feel shit. So the decision is at the end ultimately mine. And even I logically know this. It is so hard sometimes to put in a practice. Like I got a haircut yesterday, and it didn't really work the way I wanted. And I found out, of course, later on when I was washing my hair in the evening. I was like, that looks weird. And then I kind of got angry, and I was like, why did that happen? And why did he do it to me? And then I realized, no, do I really believe that person really wanted to hurt me? And then why am I automatically going, or not hurt me, like do something what I wouldn't like? And why am I automatically going into this negative side? So here, what really kind of brings it to earth and makes it more understandable, I like to put it in analogy with computer programs. So let's say whatever happens, whatever the other person do, supposedly to you, that's a set of data. That's something, and you need to process this data, and you do process this data. The thing is, do you process it consciously or unconsciously? And what type of processing mechanisms and what programs do process this set of data? When you look at some studies and things, it's really important what tools are used to decode the data, because you can get to very, very different results. And who is in control of these programs which are decoding the data? Who owns and where does that process happen of decoding this data? It happens in you, it happens in your brain. So in that way, you do hold the whole power. There is no data can make you feel better. It's the way how you interpret the data can make you feel better. And what I'm realizing more and more these days, that the way how the society works and how we were brought up, we were installed with completely, detrimental, not working, degradative programs. They are not pro relationships. They are not pro our happiness. They are just coping mechanisms which we developed to survive basically our childhood and get our needs met. But as adults, you have the opportunity to look there and to reconstruct, rewrite, redo these, let's say, analysis, or this program which analyze the data. And from my point of view, or from my side, more I'm doing this, more I'm getting what the F I was believing in, what the F I was thinking, how could this be? Yes, and it is, and it's not just in me. I see it now. I'm back in Brno and walking around the streets and observing people and observing how people, react with each other. They have no idea what's going on. They don't know they are purely focused on the outer source. They are not realizing that they are actually processing the outer source, and they have the power to decide how they want to interpret the outer source of data. I hope this will make a little bit sense to you. I am recording it because I do need to remind this to myself often. It's such a strong coping mechanism to export your power, and because it's easier, you just blame the other, the other is shit and done, you don't have to do any work. Doing this work, looking at your programming, looking at how you work, looking at how you interpret your data is very hard work, but in the long run, you're gonna have so much more freedom and control of your reaction to this life you are living, and possibly much more happier prospect. So I'll leave you here with this, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day. So you have a good time wherever you are or whatever you do, and enjoy deconstructing your programs. Thank you for listening, and bye.